See here, in second class we completed up to here. Okay, effective room sensible heat load calculations. Then we can go for latent heat load calculation. How can we calculate our latent heat? Just you can see already we completed up to this topic. Solar heating, heat gain through glass, solar heat gain through wall, at the same time transmission and infiltration, at the same time internal heat and effective room sensible heat final. Next we need to calculate about latent heat. Okay, this latent heat calculation purpose, here we have totally three. What is that means? By infiltration, outside air, by people, we have these three. Now we need to discuss about infiltration. See, first you can mention latent heat. Okay, now we need to calculate about latent heat now. See here, complete latent heat latent heat is equal, first of all we need to calculate here by infiltration. Okay, by infiltration how much of heat flow rate is there. Okay, now you can mention infiltration is equal by infiltration. Okay, already we got infiltration here, CFM infiltration. By crack method we calculated our CFM infiltration into 2.16. Now you can mention 2.16 multiply with, here we have one formula for that. Here we need to mention, already we mentioned CFM infiltration value. Next we need to go for CFM, sorry, we need to go for humidity ratio difference. Humidity ratio difference means, okay, outside humidity ratio minus inside humidity ratio, totally you are getting 38. Now you can mention 38 humidity ratio difference. Okay, after completion of humidity ratio, next we need to discuss about 0.68. This is standard, guys. Always you can mention 0.68, we no need to change that one. Now you can calculate this 3. Just you can go here. See, now I am calculating here 2.16 into 38, 2.16 into 38 into 0.68. Now you can see 55.81. Now considering this one, 56 BTU per hour. Next we need to calculate for outside air. Outside air means nothing but ventilation you will consider here. Outside air. Now you can see outside air condition also we have the same CFM ventilation into humidity ratio difference into bypass factor into 0.68. Now I can mention CFM ventilation. Here we got three values now. CFM ventilation 15, 8.46, 43. But which is higher value, we need to take that one. That's why you can mention 43 humidity ratio difference 38 into bypass factor 0.2 into 0 into 1 or 0.68. Now this is our formula. Okay, now you can calculate here again. 43 into 38 into 0.2 into 0.68 equal to BTU per hour. Next we need to calculate by people. Okay, latent heat gain from people, we need to calculate that. Okay, by people is called, first of all we need to mention number of persons. For example, in that room living totally 3 persons. Okay, at the same time you need to mention heat gain from people. Heat gain from people means we need to take 205. How can take this means, we have standard heat gain chart from the people. You can see that chart and you can take value for that. See here, heat gain from people. Present, we are considering residential building. Residential building means you can see apartments condition, tenants living condition. Na? That's why you can see here apartments. Here we are calculating at 76 degree Fahrenheit at room temperature. Okay, that condition near to the 75. Now that's why you can take 245 and 205. 245 for sensible heat, 205 for latent heat. Now we are calculating latent heat. Now that you can mention 205 here. Now you can mention totally 615 BTU per hour. See, now we calculated latent heat also. After completion of latent heat, just you can see outside air heat. Now we need to calculate OH. Before that, we need to calculate our safety purpose 5% here. Okay, we need to add 5% extra. First of all, we can go for room latent heat, ERLH, effective room latent heat is equal. You can add this 3, 56 plus 222 plus 615 is equal. Now you can mention 222 plus 615 plus 56, totally 83. Now you can mention 893 BTU per hour. Next, in this condition we need to add 5%. Again you can mention ERLH is equal to 5%. I am adding 893 plus 5% means you can mention 893 into 5 divided by 100. You can see 44.6. Now you will consider 45. Okay, now you can add 2. 45 plus 893. Totally we have 938 BTU per hour. Now we calculate ERLH. Next we need to go for OAH. OAH means outside air heat. We need to calculate this one also. OAH, outside air heat. In this outside air heat condition, again we need to calculation our ventilation, at the same time infiltration. Now I am calculating first ventilation. Ventilation is equal, you can see here, ventilation, sorry, not a ventilation, sensible heat, latent heat we need to calculate here. Okay, OAH is equal SH, sensible heat is equal, we have formula CFM ventilation into temperature difference. Sensible heat means we have humidity constant, only you have temperature variation. That's why we need to mention here temperature difference and contact factor. How can you get this contact factor? Means you are getting this contact factor from the bypass factor. You can mention your formula 1 minus bypass factor. You are getting your contact factor. Now you can mention CFM ventilation 43 plus 30 temperature difference. Okay, outside dry bulb temperature minus inside dry bulb temperature. Contact factor you can mention 0.8. How can you get this contact factor? Means already we know bypass factor 0.2 here na. Now you can mention your contact factor formula C is equal 1 minus bypass factor. Then you are getting 1 minus 0.2 means you are getting 0.8. Now you can mention 1.08. Okay, this is our formula. You need, you can see. Next I need to calculate this all. You can see here, you can mention 43 into 30 into 1.08, 193. Now you can mention here 1393 BTU per hour. Next LH, latent heat. Latent heat is equal 43 CFM relation into humidity ratio difference. Humidity ratio difference into contact factor into 0.68. This is our latent heat formula. Now we need to calculate here 43 into 38 into 0.8 into 0.68, totally triple. Now you can mention 889 BTU per hour. Now you can calculate this two. OAH is equal to, you can mention 1393 plus 889. Now you can add this two plus 1393. Okay, 2282 BTU per hour, our heat flow rate. Now we calculated this all. Okay, in the E20 sheet we calculated our solar heat gain through glass, heat gain through wall, at the same time transmission, next infiltration bypassed air is there, at the same time internal heat is there, and room latent heat. Okay, effective room voyage, we calculated this all now. Next we need to addition these three: room latent heat, sensible heat, and voyage outside heat. Okay, now we need to add this all grand total. Now you can make grand total. Okay, here you can mention grand total and you can add this all grand total. Grand total is equal to, you can mention ERSH plus ERLH plus OAH. Okay, these three combination. Now you can go here. Okay, ERSH, room sensible heat is equal. Okay, room sensible heat, how much here? 14946.8. 14946.8. Now ERLH means 938. OAH 2282. Now you can mention this all. Okay, you can add 14946 plus 938 2282. We calculated 166 BTU per hour. Now I can mention 0.8. Now we calculated grand total. Now we need tonnage value now. If you need tonnage value, TR is equal, you can mention one formula. What is that? Means grand total divided by 12,000. What is this 12,000 means? Okay, 1 TR is equal 12,000 BTU per hour. Actually, that is standard. 1 TR is equal 12,000 BTU per hour. Now we need to convert that BTU heat to tonnage value now. That's why you can mention this 18166.8 divided by 12,000. Okay, now we need to divide with this 1,2,0,0,0. 1.51. Now you can mention 1.51 TR. This much of tonnage is there. Okay, now we calculated this. You can see here tons. Grand total heat is equal heat divided by 12,000. Okay, now we can mention. Now we calculated tonnage. After calculation of tonnage, we need to calculate our sensible heat factor at the same apparatus dew point temperature. Okay, dew point. How can we calculate this? Already we completed this one and this one and this one. Next we need to go for this one only. Okay, effective sensible heat factor. Okay, effective room sensible heat factor, or otherwise we are calling SHF or SHR. Okay, sensible heat factor, at the same time sensible heat ratio. Okay, which one you need, you can go with that, not a problem. Now first of all we can go for effective room sensible heat factor. Okay, here we have effective room sensible heat factor. Now you can match this one. We need to calculate effective room sensible heat factor. Now copy. Here you can mention effective room sensible heat factor. Okay, some conditions you can see SHF also, or otherwise SHR also, all are same, guys. Here this heat factor plus we need to mention effective room sensible heat divided by effective room total heat. Here total means we need to consider only two. What is that means? Room sensible heat, latent heat. Now you can mention divided by effective room total heat. Okay, now you can mention effective room sensible heat, already we know now how much, 14946 divided by again 14946 plus latent heat 938. Okay, now we need to division with this is equal. Now here we have this much now. Now you can add this one, 14946 plus 938. How much both? 14946 divided by 15884. Now you can go here, 14946 divided by 15884, 0.94. Now you can here factor 0.94. Okay, now we calculated this. After that we need to go for ADP value. How can you find out your ADP value? Here we got our 0.94. At the same time this wet bulb dry bulb temperature, how much? Room dry bulb temperature 76. Okay, based on these two values we can find out our ADP value very easily. Now you can go to charts. In these charts we have some tables. Just you can see here we have operators dew points. Present we are calculating at where 76 degree Fahrenheit. Just you can see here we have 76 degree Fahrenheit. In this 76 degree Fahrenheit we are taking now RH 50%. Okay, 50% RH we have in our room, 76 degree Fahrenheit and 50% RH. At the same time we need to go for ESHF. ESHF means effective sensible heat factor. Now we got this value now already. Okay, at the same time how much that value? 0.94. 0.94 means near to the 0.93. okay, that condition how much you will get your value means 55. See here we have 55 our ADP value. Now you can take here 55 our ADP value. Here we have one extra na, 0.93, we have 0.94. You can mention 55.1, also not a problem. Okay, that's why you can mention your ADP value here 50.5.1. Okay, now I mentioned ADP. After ADP we calculated ADP value, this one selected ADP, and effective room sensible heat factor. After completion of this we need to calculate our dehumidifier rise. Okay, dehumidification rise we need to calculate. How much we need to dehumidifier rise here? Just you can see here we can go for dehumidifier rise. Next, the dehumidifier rise purpose we need to mention this formula: room dB, room dry bulb temperature, minus ADP, operative dew point temperature, operative dew point temperature. Okay, multiply with current factor. Okay, how much you are getting result, that one multiply with current factor. Okay, that is our formula. Now you can calculate dehumidifier rise. Okay, you can go here. Now you can mention dehumidifier rise directly here. Dehumidified rise is equal to room dB minus ADP into contact factor. Okay, this is our formula. Now you can mention here values. Okay, room dB means how much? 76 minus ADP 55.1. okay, now you can mention your contact factor 0.8. now you can mention 76 minus 55.1, okay, into 0.8, 16.72, 16.72. This is our value. Okay, now we got this value. Now we need to find out supply CFM. See, okay, how much of air quantity we need to supply for that room. Okay, that one we need to calculate. Okay, that purpose you can mention this formula: sensible heat divided by humidifier rise in 1.8. Now you can mention ERS, air quantity, or supply CFM. Supply CFM is equal to ERSH formula divided by dehumidifier rise minus, sorry, into 1.08. okay, now already we know these two values. Now you can go here, 14946 divided by 14946.8.6 divided by dehumidifier rise how much? 16.72. now you can multiply with 1.08. how much you are getting? 18.05. now you can mention 18.06. okay, now you can go here, 14946 divided by 18.06. okay, now totally we have 827. now you can mention here 827 CFM. now we get CFM condition, but this CFM we need to convert it into liter per second also. No? if you need to convert liter per second, you can go here, is equal to 817 multiply with 0.47. okay, then you are getting liter per second value. now I can mention here liter per second value. how much your liter per second value here is equal to, now you can multiply here into 0.47, totally 388 liter per second. now you can mention 388 liter per second. okay, this one, if you need CFM you can go with this, if you need liter per second you can go with this. now you can see we completed all this. okay, we calculated total tonnage here, we got already. at the same time these values we completed, and this all we completed. just we have sensible heat capacity. now we calculated total heat. This one is total tonnage value. if you need sensible heat how much we have? 14946 14946 divided by 12,000, you are getting sensible tonnage value. okay, grand total we got that value 1.51. okay, sensible heat if you need you can go with this 1.24 sensible heat tonnage value. if you need MBH means thousands of BTUs per hour. okay, thousands of BTUs per hour we need to mention into MBH. now I can mention 14946 our sensible heat divided by thousands of BTUs per hour. Now you can mention 1000, you are getting 14.946 MBH. if you need kilowatt condition, already we know now 1 TR is equal to 3.5 kilowatt, that is standard. now here we are calculating how much. here we know 1.24 TR, 1.24 multiply with 3.4, 4.34. now you using here kilowatt 4.34. this is our kilo condition. now we completed all this. if you need this square feet BTU per hour, just you can select this one, you are getting your row and this one. okay, not a problem. now we completed complete heat load calculation. okay, when you mention these all, okay, same values you need to specify at this all. okay, here you can mention room name or your floor name. at the same time area, for example here area I have 141 square feet, height 12. okay, next this one is everything is okay, same we have dryable temperature difference, humidity ratio difference. next you can go for here windows, north window, north wall. if you need here you can see net area we have 140 square feet, and here we have 107 square feet. West wall and north wall. Now you can go here, west wall and north wall. Now you can mention north wall, how much is there? 140 square feet, and you can delete this one. We need to specify west wall 107 square feet. Now we need to mention glasses also. Now north wall we have 20 square feet, west wall here we have 20 square feet. Okay, after that here we need to mention all glasses we have. Okay, just you can see all glasses, how much is there here? Transmission, okay, 40, 30 into 0.59. okay, next here we have 709. Next here we have 0.49, 175, or partition area 175, at the same time floor area 141. Now you can go partition area 141 square feet, floor area 141, partition you can mention 175, your partition area. Now you can mention 25. At the same time, how much we got here? 0.49. if you need you can check here. Here we calculated that 0.43. you can mention here 0.43. after mentioning this, we need to change these values and temperature differences also. Okay, then you can go here. Now we calculated this one up to floor. Then we can go for a CFM ventilation. Here you can mention 3. Here you can mention CFM per person 5. Okay, these values we got from that. Now 0.042. Okay, next here we have crack method 36 na our perimeter of the windows. Now you can see 2.16. okay, operator is 2.5. here we have 0.93. we got 0.94, not a problem. Now you can see 758 CFM per liter per second. At the same time we mentioned all data. Is there any miss? Just you can check. Okay, everything is okay. Okay, remaining we have some more values now, but here we got totally, see how much we got, 388 and 817, but here we got 758. see, we have some difference. Okay, how can you got the difference? Means just you can see sensible heat 13750 is there, but here we have sensible heat how much? 14946. we have a lot of difference, some. Okay, how can you got the difference? Means here we need to mention our temperature differences. Just you can see this one we have how much of value? Wall, first wall coefficient. Wall coefficient U value how much you got? U 0.39. okay, at the same time window coefficient how much? 0.59. you can see that too. Okay, the window is okay, and wall here you can mention 0.39. next here also you can mention 0.39. same you can see your partition also. Partition how much you have, that much you can mention. Same here we need to mention our temperature differences. Okay, west condition how much you have temperature difference, and this condition how much you have temperature difference. North condition how much we have temperature difference? 33. we need to mention that value. At the same time west condition we have 160 temperature difference, 49. okay, 49 we need to mention. That two values we need to update here. Okay, here you can see north side condition we have 15. you need to update here. Okay, this is locked, we need to mention password. Actually we need to change here also. Okay, when you change these two, then you are getting exact values here. Okay, this is our complete heat load calculation. Then you are getting exact accuracy values also. Okay, our real time. Now you will take standard. Okay, some companies what they are doing means, when are you starting one project, they are fixing some values, this temperature differences, and they are giving to you. Based on that we need to calculate. you no need to change these values in sometimes. Okay, some companies you no need to change this value, just you need to change this blue color borders is there na, that one you need to change, that's it. Okay, you no need to change remaining all. You are getting final value here like this. Okay, this is our complete heat load calculations.